Hi, everybody. I'm Leon Thomas. We're here for a special edition of Real Thoughts and Conversation. We'll be joined in the studio by Tanya Henry. Stay tuned. You're about to watch another episode of Real Thoughts and Conversation. Here we go. Welcome again to another episode of Real Thoughts and Conversations. I'm Leon Thomas. You can join us here during the week. We've been doing Real Thoughts and Conversations this is like the third show this week, and we'll have another one tomorrow. Actually, we're recording tomorrow. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow at 1:30. This week we've had shows about race relations in business. But today is a very special show. Tonight we have Tanya Henry. Tanya was a guest on 3 previous shows, and some really special things are happening in her work. So let's bring Tanya in, and let's go ahead and get started in a great conversation with Tanya. Tanya, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. Thanks for joining us again. And you were with us several months ago where we were talking about gastroparesis, and I said it right, and a couple of other illnesses that's going on. So for those that missed the previous episodes, tell us what yeah, see, now I said that I was going to say it and I messed it up. Tell us what gastroparesis is, and then we'll talk about some of the recent things that are happening.
Okay. Gastroparesis is delayed or paralysis of the stomach. There is no cure for it. It can be caused from any number of things. What many people don't know is if you are diabetic, you have the risk of getting gastroparesis. Mine was actually caused from autonomic dysfunction, which is a result of Gulf War syndrome for me. I've been suffering with gastroparesis officially since 2014, but undiagnosed in symptoms since 1996.
Wow, that is something. And you had one of your doctors on with us, and they talked to us about what it is, what symptoms to look for, and all of those. Tell us what some of those symptoms are.
Some symptoms of gastroparesis are early satiety, feeling full, even if you're not eating, bloating, nausea, vomiting, vitamin nutrition deficiencies, having abdominal pain, constipation is a very big one as well. A lot of people that end up with gastroparesis, they try certain treatments such as a gastric stimulator, which I have implanted. You can be on tube feeds. There's medication that you can try. And if all else fails, there are surgeries and things such as TPN, which I'm now on TPN after failing tube feeds.
Wow, you've just been through so much, and even with all that you've been through, you have become an advocate for those with illnesses, and especially those with gastroparesis. And this month, as I understand it, is Worldwide Gastroparesis Awareness Month. So
Yes.
hopefully more folks become aware of what it is, and able to petition Congress, the medical world, the insurance world, to learn more about it, as well as individuals that may have it, so that they become more aware of it. What else is the goal of having Worldwide Gastroparesis Month?
The main thing is to bring awareness because I think I've mentioned it on previous shows. I have gone to emergency rooms before and the doctor asked me, what is gastroparesis? So it is something that can be fairly uncommon. It's not something that doctors learn a whole lot about when they go to medical school. So just getting the word out, letting them know that there are patients in communities around them that have gastroparesis. We need more research into it. We need better treatments. We need a cure. A cure would be great to have one day, but because it is a fairly uncommon illness or something that many people don't know about, it's hard to get funding and research done for gastroparesis.
Mm-hmm. So you need that funding, you need the money for research, and so you probably have to do a lot of petitioning of state representatives, federal representatives, meetings, and going through that whole process. But you have been doing that, and folks are starting to recognize the work that you do. In fact, as a result of a couple of our shows, folks responded to me, and as we'll do near the end of this show, we'll say, if you have questions, in fact, we'll do it now. If you want to learn more about Tanya's work or about gastroparesis, if you send me an email, I'll forward it on to Tanya. My email address is leonthetrainer@gmail.com. leonthetrainer@gmail.com. Send it on to me, or some of you may watch this as a recording on YouTube. Feel free to leave comments there. Tanya was very responsive in the other shows and actually made some connections with some folks and able to help them and guide them along. And so that's, Tanya, as I say the other times that we've talked, there are many folks that will have this illness or any illness, and they don't do anything with it. They become sorrowful about themselves. They don't communicate with others. But you've gone the opposite direction. You've become an advocate. And the city of Killeen recognized you with a proclamation. Was that earlier this week that happened?
Yes, that was Tuesday.
And we have the video for that. Let's go ahead and run it now. That's the
City of Killeen communication staff for putting this proclamation together. Thank the City of
Let's run that proclamation video. Let's run Tanya's edited video.
City of Killeen communication staff for putting this proclamation together for such a special occasion. Ma'am, I would like to read it to you now. The City of Killeen, whereas gastroparesis is a chronic illness that affects more than 5 million people in the United States, but little information is known, and whereas gastroparesis is paralysis of the stomach that causes nausea, vomiting, unintentional weight loss, constipation, bloating, and early satiety, and can lead to complications such as malnutrition, dehydration, bowel obstruction, or death. And whereas there is little public awareness, no known cure for this condition, and treatment options such as surgery or medication are limited and inadequate. And whereas the illness needs better treatment options, more research, better medication, more support, and improved knowledge amongst healthcare professionals. And whereas this month observance can help improve public awareness and understanding about the effects of the disease and lead to better patient care. And therefore, I, Debbie Nash King, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, Mayor of the City of Killeen, do hereby proclaim August 2022 as Gastroparesis Awareness Month.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Congratulations to you. That's good stuff there. And that was, the mayor's name is?
Mayor Debbie Nash King.
Debbie Nash King. So that was Gastroparesis Awareness Month in Killeen, Texas. And so you now have folks that you can contact to say, hey, look, we need to get more money. We need more research into this. So that's great. And I know you're going to do that because that's just what you do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. But listen, you've become such an advocate, and I'm so happy that you're doing everything that you're doing, and I'm so proud of you for it. You know, folks, listen, Tanya's my cousin, okay? And so when your relatives do groovy things, cool things, hot things, and they're helping others, we're proud. So now, for those of you who say, "Oh, the only reason she's on your show is because she's your cousin." Yep, she's my cousin. She is. But if you know someone that's doing the work that she is, and you want them to be on the show, email me. We'll put them on too. Okay, Tanya, listen. As you've told me that on August 25th, you're a finalist for the Caregiving Champion, sponsored by the Social Health Awards Network. That's really impressive. Good stuff. Folks are recognizing the work you're doing. That's
Thank
really
you.
good. Yeah. So tell me about that. How did that all come to play?
It started, the company that I moderate for, migraine.com, they actually fall under Health Union, which Health Union is now part of the Social Health Network. So the work that I do on there, and then all of my other work combined, all of that falls under advocacy also. So the Social Health Network, which used to be We Go Health, they are the ones that host these social health awards every single year. It's the largest award thing for people online that advocate for all kinds of illnesses. So this is a great accomplishment, but they recognize the efforts of many different advocates, and just to be a finalist is a great thing. So I was nominated for several awards, and thankfully I'm a finalist for this category.
Yeah. So I hope that goes very well for you, and that you win, and we can have you back on saying we have a champion on the show. I'm so looking forward to it, and it's great that you are doing all the advocacy work, but also that folks are starting to recognize the work that you do. And so it's just great that you're doing that, and the lives that you're changing, the families that you're able to make an impact on. Congratulations to you for that. And it's got to be really, really heartwarming for you to be recognized, right?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. So now tell me about some of the things you've been doing recently, about some posts, videos, other things that you've been doing recently as an advocate to help others. Go ahead, tell us some really nice things you've been doing recently.
Well, as part of my efforts in the last month or so, I have contacted several of my local hospitals, sending out informational packets, letting them know that I am an Ole ambassador, which is under the Ole Foundation. And as part of being an ambassador, I help people with not just gastroparesis, anyone who has a feeding tube, or they have a port, they have gastroparesis, they have questions, they have concerns. They can go to the Ole site, find an ambassador. You can even search on the ambassadors listing and pick the ambassador that you want to personally connect with. People can email me. They can contact the Ole Foundation and say, hey, I live in Texas. This is my issue. I'm a veteran also. Can you connect me with someone possibly who's ex-military? And then they would reach out to me and say, hey, I think this person is a good fit for you to talk to. So can you help them? But also this month I made a Gastroparesis Awareness video of just personal things that I've been through here recently. I have contacted news media, not just like online and stuff, but I've contacted local radio stations. I've contacted magazines to try to get my story out there in a health magazine. I've contacted also radio stations and stuff too, and just different health blogs. And of course, I post on my social media about things that I know of, things that I'm going through, things that I want people to make change for. So, I post a lot about different medical stuff, trying to get the word out.
Mm-hmm. And it's, again, just thank you so much for doing all that you do. And in terms of the contact and all those efforts and the video that you've done, tell us some about that video.
That video everything in that video is not something that happened this year. It is just over the last like 2 to 3 years, mostly with gastroparesis. Some of those things in the video do go back maybe 4 to 5 years, but it is all about kind of like my struggles and things with gastroparesis, different stages that I've been through. So there's stuff in the video showing things with me with a feeding tube, different types of feeding tubes. Like I've had the regular dangler tube, which is the long one. Then I've had a Mickey button. I've had J tubes, G tubes, GJ tubes. And I show my port in there. I show me connected to a feeding pump. I show me connected to TPN. You'll see me smiling in there. You will see things such as like when I've had an issue where I woke up and I was saturated in blood. So, I took a picture of that too. I like to show the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm. And all that is basically, a day in the life, so to speak, of what you go through with the feeding tubes and the pumps and everything that you deal with. And I know that when I saw the video, it was enlightening, even after talking with you about all the things that you and others have to go through. And I think more people should watch it. We decided not to show it here because of, as you mentioned, I think in one of the statements in the video, it could be upsetting to some. The blood is seen. But again, if you would like to see the video, you're watching the show and you want to see this video that Tanya's talking about, if you send me an email, and you can get in touch with me 2 ways. Email me, leonthetrainer@gmail.com, or you can go to our company website, the leonthomasgroup.com, and send me a message through there, and I will then forward you the video so you can learn more about Tanya's day-to-day and others that have these conditions. Because I think the more that folks learn about this, the more likely or easier it's going to be to get some funding for the research, and also to get the insurance companies to pay up on a lot of the claims. So we're looking forward to that. Now, Tanya, you mentioned the Ole Foundation. You're an Ole ambassador. Tell us again what Ole is and what they do.
The Ole Foundation is a company that helps people that rely on tube feeds or TPN, which is IV nutrition, total parenteral nutrition, or people with ostomies or intestinal failure. They have different resources out there that can help you. They can help you find someone in your community who helps people in your situation, doctors, nurses, dietitians. They have, like I mentioned, the Ole Ambassador Network, which is a group of volunteers like myself that has gone through that, and we can give other people our personal advice. They also have an equipment and supply exchange. So they have online, if you're a patient that maybe you have a pump, but you weren't given a backpack, you can go onto the Ole site and see if they have any backpacks, or you can email them and say, hey, do you know where I can get a backpack? And they possibly may have one. And if they have anything that you need, they will ship it to you, which when I started with tube feeds, I wasn't given a backpack, and I was given a pump, a big pump that was not very mobile. And so I reached out to them and I got a backpack through them in the mail.
Okay. So there's just a lot that they do, not only the ambassador part that you participate in, but also, as you mentioned, the equipment, and other things that those folks would need. And you also mentioned that there's a way to search for an ambassador that becomes a better fit. Like if you want someone that's ex-military, there's a way to search and find that out. How does that work on that website?
Well, if you go to it, their site is www.oley.org. And when you go to the site, there's different tabs, and you can even search Ole Ambassador, and it'll bring up the ambassadors page, and then it'll have the ambassadors broken down. Like it'll be like HPEN ambassador, it'll be HEN ambassador, and different other types of ambassadors. And so you can click on there and it'll give you a list of all the ambassadors. And it's broken down also, I think it'll tell you what state that person is in. So you can read their bio and then pick which one you think is the best fit for you.
Uh-huh. Okay. I like it. I like the work that they're doing and that you're involved there. This is just, again, just amazing. And I know that so many people are thankful and thank you for what you're doing. And Tanya, one other thing you mentioned in a previous show about your military background and how there may be some others that served in the military that have gastroparesis as a result. Is it anything connected to the military that might be a reason that this develops in folks?
I know that they've been saying that, there's Go4 syndrome. And for people with undiagnosed illness or people that have like functional motility disorders, it may be related to your military service, especially if you served in the Gulf War, the Iraq, Afghanistan era. A lot of those things are combined because they're finding that people were exposed to chemicals, burn pits, Agent Orange, and all those things. And they're still finding out what it causes in the body. Like this year, or actually this month, they just added the PACT Act, which they added more illnesses, different cancers and things, and asthma and all that. They added that where that can be presumptive service connected, which means if you served over there and now you have it, you can get service connected for it without really having to prove it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're talking to Tanya Henry. She's a patient advocate. We're talking about World Gastroparesis Awareness Month, and Tanya's also been very vocal in her state, and she is also was awarded a proclamation from the mayor of Killeen, Texas on Gastroparesis Month in Killeen, bringing attention to this illness. And we're so thankful for the work that Tanya's doing. Now, Tanya, tell me about on August 25th, when you received the Caregiver Champion Award. This is an event that you will be attending. How will you know about it, and how will we know that you won?
Yes, I will be attending. It's called Connection. It is a 3-day. It's August 23rd through 25th. It's a virtual conference that anyone who is a social health network moderator or a finalist in the show, you qualify to attend Connection. So I've already signed up, so I'll be attending some of the events during this time. But on the 25th, at the end of the day of the conference, they will announce all of the winners. And so the winners actually get to go to Philadelphia to accept their award. And you get your flight and your hotel and all that paid for.
Mm-hmm. So when is it you will be going to Philadelphia to get your award?
The winners receive their award in October. I believe it's October the 19th. It's at a pharmaceutical convention in Philadelphia. Okay.
All right. Now, the Leon Thomas Group will be there live covering when you receive the award, because that's it's only 90 miles from our headquarters, so we can make it there in no time at all. So we look forward to being there to celebrate along with you. But most importantly, to be a finalist for something like this, it's a major accomplishment. So thank you.
Yes.
And also, again, many families and individuals, I'm sure, just appreciate you so much for having this illness, but not just sitting with it, being able to help others navigate through everything that they have to navigate through. So thank you again so much for what you do.
Oh, thank you.
And thanks for spending time with us here on on Real Thoughts. This was the fourth time you're on the show, and look forward to having you back again. So when there's news to share, please let us know, and we'll make sure that you're right back here with us to help spread the word. We love helping spread the word.
Thank you.
I'm Leon Thomas. We just had a conversation with Tanya Henry and talking about Gastroparesis, Worldwide Gastroparesis Awareness Month. And in Killeen, Texas, Gastroparesis Awareness Month there. She was awarded a proclamation from the mayor of Killeen, Texas, and also talking about the other work that she does as an advocate, and looking forward to her being named a caregiver champion through the Social Health Awards, through Social Health Network. Looking forward to all of you coming back to watch more episodes of Real Thoughts and Conversation. I'm Leon Thomas. Thanks for watching. Here we go.